get petted? Did you come to get some love in Astra? Yeah, look at you. You're like, thank you for the door being open, Mom. Thank you. You were gone all day yesterday. Actually, I was here for most of the morning, you silly goose. Yes, I played fetch with you. All the things. Yeah. Act like you're all alone all the time. I spend time with you. You know I do. Yeah. You're a pretty girl, Astra. You're a pretty girl. Yes, you are. You're not loved and spoiled, are ya? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Must be the spot. Must be the spot. Yeah. Look at you. Welcome to my unboxing and my thrift haul. So I haven't done a video in a while, and so this is going to be kind of like a conglomeration, and who knows what's going to be in this video. I certainly don't right now. So this is an impulse purchase. This purchase was because I haven't bought silk. I've never bought this much silk at one time, so there's that. And I have not bought silk for some projects that I've wanted for quite some time. So that is what this is. And this is coming from Silk Baron. And Silk Baron is my #1 top favorite. If I'm gonna buy brand new, unthrifted, really nice quality silk. And look at that, they package it so nice. They make sure that whatever happens to the box does not happen to the silk, which I really appreciate, considering this block right here is embarrassingly over $800. And I say embarrassingly because, yeah, I spent $800 on fabric and I'm a crazy person. But I'm going to make you and me both feel better a little bit later, because I'm going to show you my thrift haul, which was less than $40. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Okay. I'm going to get my receipt out from Silk Baron so that I can tell you what I got. So this, I'm pretty sure, is gingerbread. And this is silk dupioni. And I bought 4 yards of this. Now, I am not a silk dupioni person. I much prefer taffeta. But I kind of have this rough idea as to what I want to do with this. So it's not 100% for sure, but I really like it. It's a russet, kind of a russet brown color. Let's see if the light will catch it a little bit better. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Okay. This is, I'm not sure. I think we're going to come back to this, but this is gold, but whatever is on my list doesn't say gold. Now this is black cherry dupioni. On camera, it might look a little pink, but in person, it's definitely a nice rich red. Does that help? Yeah, a little bit. So it's more of a red that's shot with a little bit of black. So it gives it a really dark, rich red color. I'm not a big pink person, so I didn't want anything that could possibly go pink. And you can see here, it's shot with black. When you look at the selvage on some of these silks, you can tell what they're shot with by the deeper color on the selvage. Oh yeah. So I got, okay, so the black cherry got 3 yards. This is, so this black is batiste or voile silk. On the site, it says to use it as a liner. I'm not entirely certain that that's what I'm going to use it for. It's really, really soft and light, and it is pretty see-through. I don't know if you can see my hand, but you can almost see my hand through it, and I really wanted a nice lightweight silk. So that's what that is. This is the silk Dupioni. Okay, so this is Panther. So this is the Dupioni, and this is Black Onyx. And I thought that would go really well with the Princess, which is also a Dupioni. So those are kind of, and these are kind of kingdom colors for Artemisia, so you can see kind of where I'm going with that. This is 7 yards of black taffeta. And I've been drooling over this particular yardage for a long time. This is licorice. I actually have a very specific gown in mind for this. So this is going to be put away in the bucket with all the materials that I'm collecting for that project, because about a half a yard of this is going to be sacrificed to probably, God forbid, and don't shoot me, don't shoot the messenger, but I probably will be fabric stamping this silk taffeta for the project that I'm working on. So don't shoot the messenger. This is, I think, Celine. Yep, this is 7 yards of Celine. And this is, again, silk taffeta. It's kind of a tealy blue. Originally, this was supposed to be a green, but the green, by the time I had money, $800 worth of it, the green that I'm looking for is gone. It's no longer provided. So I'm just really pleased with all the colors, the quality. I love how they package things. So I ended up with only 2 taffetas, which I'm a big taffeta person. I absolutely love taffeta. This outfit is probably going to be a dancing dress. I love dancing, and I want to have a historically inspired dancing dress to go out dancing with my husband. That is, you know, wonderful and exactly what I want for dancing. This is going to be that historical project that I've been pretty much 5 or 6 years now, at least 7, 8, probably 8 years that I've been kind of waiting to get the silk for this. So, and then this is Artemisian colors. These are Dupioni. This is the Black Onyx, and this is the Princess. There's only 3 yards of each, so not a whole lot. I don't know that I'm actually going to make any one thing from these. I kind of got these colors with the idea that I would probably use them for piecing, maybe some applique, things like that. This is the Black Cherry, I think. Yeah, and I got 4 yards of this. Part of me wants a petticoat out of this. I'm not real sure. I don't know if I want a petticoat, and I should have still enough left over to do some piecing with some of the black and the gold for maybe one of my husband's outfits. This is, I don't know what this is going to be. Liner, I don't know. It's just buttery soft. I've been wanting this particular, to have some of this for a while. Knowing me and how valuable it is and how I'm afraid to use things, sometimes it might sit for a while before I use it, but that's okay. And then this is that gingerbread silk Dupioni, and there's 4 yards of this. Again, this could end up a petticoat. I'm not real sure. It could end up a skirt. I just love it. It is just beautiful. Okay, so that's the silk. That's the silk haul. Okay, so now let's do the thrift haul. One thing that I love to do when I go to thrift stores is I buy as close to 100% cotton sheets as I can find. Now, sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you buy it and you get home and it's, 80% polyester. That's okay. I can still use that for interlining for winter outfits. but I really like to stick to the cotton if at all possible. Now this haul, I was not able to find 100% cotton, but that's okay. These are all queen sheets. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are, I found a label in one of them, and they're all the same kind. They all have the same markings on them. And one label, it said 60% cotton, 40% poly. All of these sheets together, they were on sale, so they were originally 75 cents each, and I ended up getting them for 25 cents each. So I got 5 queen flat sheets. You can do this with queen fitted sheets too. Sometimes I will buy queen fitted sheets, and then you just rip out the elastic and you rip out the side, you know, the seams, the corner pocket seams, and you still have lots of fabric to do things with. So I try really hard to use sheet material if at all possible for my interlinings. You can layer them together with a little bit of scrap fabric for padding. There's all kinds of things you can use sheets for. So and you can also use them for mock-ups, because a lot of times these queen sheets don't have any stretch to them. Don't buy the microfiber sheets. I did that once by mistake, and you can't really make a good pattern tool with a microfiber because they stretch in 4 directions. And that is trying to make a pattern that does not have stretch with a jersey fabric. It just doesn't work. So my recommendation is, at the very least, get yourself some scrap sheets and make your pattern mock-ups with them. Don't, you know, like, people talk really highly about couture and buying muslin. I have not personally found muslin where I'm living anything less than $5 to $12 a yard. And that's a lot of money for me to spend on something that I'm going to make a mock-up. I'm going to tear it apart. I'm going to use Sharpie on it. You know, like, a lot of times that's going to end up chopped up in tiny little bits into my scrap bin. So I recommend highly sheets. If you can't find sheets at your local thrift, the other really handy place that you can look is go to your nearest hotel. Truly, go to your nearest hotel and say, hey, can I talk to your head housekeeper about your reclaim, your throwaway linens? And if one sheet in some brands, especially like your Holiday Inn and your Kimpton and some of your high-end hotels, your Elements, your Marriott's, if there's one little stain on it and they can't get it out, they'll throw the whole thing away. And that's a lot of yardage of fabric that you can reuse. So, and it doesn't have to be cotton if you're making tools and mock-ups with it. You can use polyester. So that was a really good find. These I found, these are really nice brocades. Now, I've used this type of fabric before in doublets because it's a nice heavy duty brocade. It's pretty sturdy. It's really nice to put on front panels of doublets for men's clothing, because if they're doing rapier or anything like that, as soon as you put an interlining and then a lining in it, it's punch resistant. And because of the pattern you can embellish, you can put trim on it. It gives you a grid. You can put pearls and beads, and you can do all kinds of stuff with this. I love this stuff. And I usually find it really cheap, because usually when people buy this stuff, they're going to want to put it on a chair or something like that. And then they throw it in the thrift bin when they've used everything. And it's usually all weather fabric. And when the thrift store gets it, they don't know what to do with it. So I got this 45 by 54 piece. I think this one was like 75 cents. This one did cost me $1. It's 54 by 35 as well. So it's a little bit smaller than the other one, but this is why I got it. Let's see if I can show you. It's got 2 sides. So there's a light side and a dark side. I really like this. And then I was looking at it, and then I just got my silk. Isn't that gorgeous? That would make a beautiful outfit. Anyway, but it's got 2 sides, and either side is usable. I did pay $1 for this one. I kind of fell in love. I have a thing for green leaves. I find myself buying green leafy things. I'm not real sure what that's about. I think it has something to do with maybe my logo. I don't know. Okay. This was a king bed skirt cover, and I tore it apart after I washed it. Of course, after I washed it, it said dry clean only. So this is a poly nylon. I would probably not use this as an interlining unless I knew that I was making something that I wanted to be really hot in, because this is not going to breathe. My suspicion is I will probably re-thrift this. I don't know. I might use it for something. But the whole reason I got it was this stuff. This is also poly nylon. I did a burn test. It melts into a puddle. But this would make, it's kind of this faux silk material. Do you see that sheen on it? And if you look at the real silk, like it's got a similar sheen to it. And I thought this would be really nice for cheap or inexpensive trim on an outfit. I have purchased the new book by, I cannot say her name, Maggie Hoffman? Yeah, Maggie Hoffman, and she does smocking. And I thought, when I saw this, I thought of the book that I just bought, and I thought this would be amazing stuff to do some intricate smocking, to put some details maybe on a bodice or a dress or something like that. So all of this whole king piece was, I don't know, 25 cents, I think, 35. Yeah, it was either 25 cents or 50 cents. But I will tell you that the amount of fabric for 50 cents is totally worth it. And I wanted to point out that, so I do a lot of historical reenactment, and I get kind of fabric snobbish about stuff. And I wanted to tell you that some projects, I am 100% okay using polyester and synthetic fabrics, especially when it's really, really cheap from a thrift store. So this was a treasured find. So I found this on a shelf, wrapped in a tube, okay? And in that tube was this cotton padding fabric. There was a linen sheet, which I'm washing, which is all the same size. And I could have swore when I got this, when I got it home, that I was going to burn test it and it's going to be polyester. It's 100% silk. I got a, it's 53 by 56 size, and it was a curtain. It's a blackout curtain. That's why all the layers were wrapped with it. And it's 100% silk. And I got it thinking that it would make, not knowing how much was in the bundle, because all this padding I didn't realize was in it. I thought there would be a lot more of it, and I could maybe, make a jacket or something. It's not a very large piece, but it is 100% silk taffeta, so I can't wash it. The lining was 100% linen, and this is 100% cotton, this padded material. And the whole bundle was $1. It was just a blackout curtain scrap. They cut the top off. Looked like they were trying to maybe shorten it, and it didn't work. And this was the only piece. And of course it's green and cream. I'm not a big stripes person, but I've noticed that I keep finding stripes. So maybe I'm going to have to find some love for stripes. But I'm going to iron that out, and then I'm going to add that to my silk pile. But that was a thrift find. This I am probably going to use for padding for like bodices and shoulder padding and different things. Now, this is 3 yards of 100% polyester, and it's this Dupioni, it's faux Dupioni material. If you look, do you see the real Dupioni shot, and then you look at this faux shot? It's very similar. And I found a steel color and then a violet color. And then I found this kind of pukey, greeny yellow shot faux Dupioni. This was a curtain. I took the curtain liner out already and washed it. The curtain was 50 cents. These 2 bundles were $1 each. So I found those. And then this is another beautiful find. It's this beautiful brown chocolate color. And this is 100% cotton sheet. And so this will probably be a skirt or a dress. It is a full, so there's not a lot of fabric. I'm definitely gonna have to piece it when I use it. But a beautiful chocolate earthy color. The other thing that I found was this was in a bundle. And it is 100% cotton, thrifted, 5.5 yards. They said in the bundle it was 3 yards. I don't know how they measured that, but clearly it's 5.5 yards. It was marked as 3 yards for $3. It's a really, really lightweight blue, and it's got a little bit of yellow in it. And I genuinely don't wear a lot of yellow, like never. I'm not a yellow person. But I thought that it would be really nice to maybe pair this with a green fabric or a blue fabric. And there's enough here that I could get a day dress out of it with some other color accents up, something solid up next to my face. So $3 for that bundle of fabric, totally worth it. And this was a really cool find. This was also in the same place that I got the plaid, and they did have it correctly marked as 8 yards, and it was $1 a yard, so I paid $8 for this. It is a quilting cotton. It fit on the bolt really nicely. I save all my bolt scraps so that I can rewrap when I get a lot of fabric. I didn't have one for this one, but that's okay. And then I paid full price for these two things. This is Sierra Bay. These are scrap squares. There's some really pretty fabrics in here, and I thought it would be really nice to maybe do some little zippy pouches. I really like my zippy pouches. I made a whole slew of them, I'd say about 13, 14 years ago, and I use them all the time. And I thought with the way the economy's going and other stuff, maybe I could use a few more zippy pouches. Now, these were on sale, quote unquote, on sale at a quilt shop. And every time I go there, I promise myself to buy no more than like a couple yards of one or two things just to give myself a treat, some brand new fabric. This was on sale. This was $6 a yard, so I got $2. So that's $12 for $2, or $12 for 2 yards. And this was on sale also for $8, so I got 1.5 yards. So this was also $12. Again, I kind of thought they would make a nice combo. And then the other thing that it occurred to me with this really nice kind of decorative fabric is some of these in here would be really nice to kind of sew together and make a bias trim for the bodice that goes with that, or the bodice I'm going to make out of that. In this clip, I am creating the template for the umbrella cover. I am pinning the straight grain from the top down to the bottom in the middle of the triangle piece, and in doing so, gently pinning down the triangle piece along the frame with pins all the way around. Then I will use a Sharpie marker to mark the pattern piece. Then I remove the piece and iron it flat, and then go back and pin it to all 8 sides of the umbrella, making sure it fits each piece the same, which, by the way, it doesn't really. I did have to add a bit of a seam allowance. But while I was at it, I also made sure to mark each and every single one of the sides so that I knew for sure which side I was working on when I was doing it. The next step is pretty logical. I cut out 8 pieces and then I sewed all 8 together. I did not sew the final 2 pieces together till I had pinned the whole ensemble to the umbrella to make sure that everything fit. The final 2 steps of the process, one I did not film. So after I got the entire cover completely sewn together, that final side sewed down, I went back and at the very top I created a drawstring area that I ran some lace around just to give it a little bit of a pop, and I put a drawstring in there with some beads, and then that secures it to the top because I actually pieced some lace together and I hand sewed the lace to both the cover and the umbrella at the same time. Now that's a little controversial. You then can't take the cover off without having to disassemble, and I'm actually okay with that. I really wanted, after the last couple umbrella covers that I've done that were detachable and I had trouble with them coming off, I really wanted this one to be permanent, and I've been very happy with the results. An umbrella so that I have shade when I go outside, and it's a huge umbrella because I'm a pale person who fries at just a moment's thought of sunshine. Okay, so hopefully the sound is not terrible in this, but I am on my way to West Yellowstone. Yay! So I have actually been in Montana since 1998. My hair is a little crazy there. But I have yet ever to go to Yellowstone and see the animals or any of the views. When my kids were small, we went out to Glacier and I did Crystal Park with the kiddos. And then once my kids left, I worked. I just worked. That's all I did. So this is a real treat for me to go into the park. Hopefully I'll get some nice pictures and I will share those with you. But it just occurred to me as I'm driving down, I'm about 6 miles out. It occurred to me that I hope that I don't get too much unwanted attention, because it didn't even occur to me. I didn't wear jeans and a t-shirt today. I dressed in my normal clothes, which yesterday I went to PetSmart and I did some errands, and everywhere I went people were like, oh, are you going to an event? I'm like, oh my goodness, people, this is how I dress. So hopefully that won't be a thing today. That was a thing yesterday, and I guess at work everybody had just gotten used to seeing me this way all the time, so it wasn't a thing, which is awesome. I like it when things stop becoming a thing and it's just normal, mostly because I just don't want the attention. But anyway.
I apologize in advance if the fan is a little loud, but I'll tell you that it's been a beautiful drive. Crazy amounts of people. I am definitely going to come back after school starts and maybe stop more. The other thing is between Bridger Bay and Old Faithful, there's tons of road work. So if you come to Yellowstone and you're driving, just know that something that should be about an hour drive is about an hour and a half, I think. I mean, I've stopped quite a few times. Maybe they'll get a bunch done, but just so you know, it's busy. I had a lovely 4-mile walk with my friend down at Old Faithful. Got to watch Old Faithful go. Got to walk around the geysers. Okay, it's 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm exhausted. The sun still hasn't gone down. I just pulled off the side of the road, took some pictures. People are crazy. I just drove by a group of people, pulled off to the side of the road, gawking at a buffalo with babies, and there are 15 children under the age of 10, 50 feet away. Like, people. Buffalo are not petting zoo animals. Really? Crazy business. And then I'm driving along, and the speed limit is 45 miles an hour, which is right around 70 kilometers per hour. Or is it kilometers? I don't know. Anyway, it's slow. And I'm being tailgated. And finally, they go around me on a curve, which is a do not pass zone. Crazy business. Okay, I'm gonna get back on the road, and hopefully no more crazy business.